Sorry, that's gonna be contagious. What's going on, guys? It's Zach. I'm just gonna dive into it today. We're gonna be talking about 6 ways that you can foster creativity for yourself. I kinda have to do this one quick because I have to go to work. I've been working on a lot of projects lately. I've been working on Franchise Unpacked with Dave. I've been working on some sketches also with Dave. I've been doing a lot with Dave. Working on a few things coming up with my buddy Jay, a few things with Mike. There have honestly just been a lot of projects flying around, and it got me thinking of how do we get creative? And I know I've talked about this a little bit before, but I decided that I was just gonna list out 6 really specific ways for you guys on how to foster that creativity for yourself. Way number 1 is get bored. I feel like most of the time my best ideas come to me when I'm just sitting bored out of my mind on the couch. Because when you're bored, especially if you're a creative person, something clicks in your brain. You need something a little bit more than you currently have. So I would just encourage you that next time you're feeling bored, just kind of dive into that and see where that leads you. Start writing down some ideas when you're bored and just let your mind wander. Which actually brings me to my second point, uncensor yourself. I'm not sure if any of you guys have ever done improv, but it's really important when you're doing an improv sketch to not be censored. And I'm not saying just go off and start like swearing randomly. That's not the type of censorship I'm talking about. I'm talking about when an idea pops into your head and you convince yourself that it's not worth thinking. Say you come up with a sketch comedy idea, but then you're saying, oh, maybe it's already been done before. Or you want to do a vlog and you're thinking, oh, well, what new do I have to add to the conversation? That is censorship. And that specific type of self-censorship, that's a tongue twister, self-censorship. That specific type of censorship should not be happening in your creative life. All that's going to do is clog you up, all up in your creative mind. Clog up, that sounds like you're like stuffed, like you got a stuffy nose. It's going to put you in a spot where you're not able to create the things that you actually want to create. Number 3, I've talked about this before too. Wake up early. It has helped me so much just waking up at 5:30, 6 o'clock every single day, and then taking that time before work to sit down and record a video or sit down and list out a few things that I want to start working on. Even if you're just making lists, don't let anybody convince you that that's not being creative. For me, a big part of my creative process is just that. It's making lists. It's organizing out ideas. But anyway, that's getting off topic. Wake up early, give yourself those extra couple of hours in the morning before you get burnt out for the day to work on your creative projects. My alarm's gonna go off in a second. That's the alarm. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Anyway, moving on. Number 4, take a break. If you feel like you're getting totally caught up in some of these ideas and you're not able to actually flesh out what you want, it might be in your best interest to take 10 minutes away from that idea, or maybe even 10 hours away from that idea. I mean, honestly, I've taken days away from ideas before if I've ever felt like they're starting to hit a wall or I'm starting to stall out a little bit. Taking a break and going and doing some sort of leisure activity can really clear up your head, even if it's just going and taking a shower and letting your mind zone out a little bit. That one's short, sweet, and to the point. Take a break. Number 5, do not be afraid to make something that is absolutely awful. My first few short films were garbage and they're still online. Don't look them up. And the thing is, even if you've made something that you think is really, really great and you're really proud of it, eventually you're gonna make something else that's not that great. And that's okay, that's actually good. Because all that means is that you took a step in a direction that you weren't super comfortable and you made something out of it. Even if it didn't turn out the way that you wanted, you made something out of it. And the only way that you're going to grow as a creator is by making those things that aren't necessarily super polished or don't have the best cinematography. So don't be afraid to make those things, even if you never release them. Don't be afraid to make them. And the last tip, number 6, is silence. I would encourage you, next time you're driving home and you're trying to come up with a creative idea, don't play music. Don't play lo-fi hip-hop beats to study to, although I do love that channel. Don't call anybody and talk to them on the phone. Just take that drive in silence to let your brain wander over these creative ideas and just see what happens from it. And I think if you take all 6 of those ideas and you put those into practice every single day, you'll end up really improving the creative stuff that you're producing. And honestly, you'll probably end up coming up with more ideas than you even knew that you could. So that's it for today, guys. I gotta go to work. But thank you so much for watching. If you guys like what you see, hit subscribe. And also be sure to check out me and Dave's new podcast, Franchise Unpacked. It'll probably show up on the end card, I'm not sure. And the new sketch that we just released called The Body. It's a Doug and James series. We're gonna be releasing a lot more of those, so keep your eye peeled. Eye peeled? Eyes. That sounds gross. Just one eye sounds really gross when you ask people to peel it. Ugh. And, yeah. I'm bad at it. I don't know how to end videos.